Hey guys, welcome back to Sneak Peeks Tarot. It's me, Liz, and this reading here is for Cancer for February 2018, two-way path reading. As always, follow your own intuition and check out your moon and rising signs also, guys, okay? This is your first path. This will be your second path. This is your main situation. Advice for the first path, advice for the second path, and your advice for your main situation. Underneath main situation and your advice card, it has two clarifiers. At the end of each path has a clarifier for your last card, and at the very top to the side has an outcome card for each path. All right, guys? For Cancer. All right. So, guys, as always, let's begin. So, for your first path, for your main situation, sorry guys about that, you have the Ten of Cups. All right, the Ten of Cups talks about being content and emotionally fulfilled within your home, in your house, with your family. And this is somebody that's really happy, really emotionally content in all aspects of their life, financially, home, everything. Okay, guys? So you're coming into February feeling very happy with your situation at home, financially, physically, all the above, all right, guys, because these are all the cups. Not only that, this is a water card, and it's also Cancer. That's what you are. You're a water sign, all right, guys? So it talks about a lot of emotions. Being emotionally happy is the main thing here, okay? And you can see the doggy and the cat all cuddled up together, being all lovey-dovey, just comfortable, cuddling. It's just a beautiful, serene picture, ain't it, next to the fire. And the Ten of Cups has a lot of emotional and a lot of intuitive actions that help them get to this point. You know what I mean? Like, this is somebody that's emotionally happy. They follow their heart, and this is what makes them happy. Okay, guys? Now, for the first path. All right, so the first card we got on our first path is the King of Swords. This is the energy you're carrying into this path. This is being very truthful, very authoritative, speaking your truth, you know, being very clear-minded, very just in your decisions. This can also be mother or father figure, because I don't want to do genders, even though it's the King of Swords. It could be a woman carrying this strong King of Swords energy, but it can also be a man. And I see authority, okay? So you could either be dealing with authority, or you could be coming into this energy as the authority figure in your home, in your happiness, okay? Or speaking your truth, that energy of speaking truth, because this is, Swords is air, which can be talking about dealing with Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And, you know, with all them three elements, they like to, you know, be truthful, find truth, balance truth, you know? Think, be clear head and heart in same with truth. Okay, so this is a very truthful energy, a very authoritative energy, and a very powerful energy to walk into this path. You know, or you can be dealing with such air sign also. Okay. Now, the second card. Oh yeah, definitely. We're talking about. This is the truth in a relationship between, you know, man and woman, woman, man. It depends which Cancer you are, which energy. Even if you're a female Cancer, you're still taking on this King of energy. This is you, okay? And you are dealing with an air sign. That's Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, all right? So this is either the other person is an air sign you're dealing with, okay, guys? And this talks about finding truth and clarity within your relationship. That's what I see. I see this is a partnership. I see both the King of Swords and the Queen. So we're talking about a committed relationship, okay? This can be a marriage. This can be a very committed relationship. And the truth is coming out, basically. Finally, there's truth coming out in communications, all right? And that's why you're feeling maybe more emotionally content within your relationship, because you're finally getting down to the bottom of the truth of your relationship. And for the last card we have on the first path is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords talking about, you know, it could be talking about a little bit arguments here and here, but it's more mental. These are just little arguments. And this is the things that you got to be aware of, whether you or your partner is carrying some doubts or negative doubts about what's going on, you know, about their, how they feel about the other person. If this is you, then how you feel, the negative thoughts and doubts you have on your mind about the relationship, okay? And this is just saying that these are just doubts. These are negative thoughts. This is just overthinking little petty disagreements, arguments, because for real, you are emotionally content. You are happy where you are at home with your family, okay? So this can be like little disagreements here and there. Knowing that y'all have these little disagreements and that you're still emotionally fulfilled is a big thing. It's very important. It's also it's telling me that it could be your partner, whether it's a he or she. Maybe they're feeling these doubts, you know what I mean? But in reality, you feel very emotionally content. And if they're feeling a little bit insecure, about the relationship, then it's time to communicate and talk about the problems. Maybe talking about where the insecurities are coming from and where the doubts are coming from, okay? Because I don't see nothing bad. I see, like I said, this is full commitment. This is contentment, emotional fulfillment, all right? So I know there's a lot of love. This is a very loving couple, and they're either one or the other is having doubts. And it's time, you have to communicate what are the worries, these little worries that are going out, the doubts or whatever, it's pessimistic thoughts that are going on there, negative thoughts, and really talk to your partner, either talk to them about how they feel and get down to the truth about it, about the feelings and the happiness within your home, and where they coming from, like a little bit of investigation where these doubts and negative energies coming from, and why do they feel so, pessimistic about their relationship, when within yourself, your true self, which is you're carrying this King of Swords energy, Cancer, that you're really happy and emotionally content in your relationship, okay? And maybe your partner is not seeing what you're seeing, and it's time to talk and communicate it so y'all both stand on the same page of communication and understanding. Because I just think those are just overthinking worries and thoughts, you know what I mean? I don't think there's anything negative happening in the relationship right now. I just think maybe one or the other partner is just over worrying or stressing, thoughts in their minds. But overall, is making sure y'all communicate together about the little worries or doubts that y'all have in your mind instead of overthinking them by yourselves. Is, speak the truth to your partner, okay, guys? Because overall, you are happy, Cancer. You are emotionally happy in your situation. And if you're emotionally happy in your situation, then your partner has a little bit of worries and doubts, and it's time to communicate them so they can feel a little bit more secure, okay, about what's going on in the relationship or what's going on within you, okay, in your in your relationship, in your happiness, in your emotional happiness. All right. Now, for the first card we got for the second path is making decisions. The Two of Wands talks about taking action and making a decision. All right. That's all it talks about. To having two different, having to make a decision about taking action. All right. Whether you're going one way or another, but it's making a decision. And you're making a decision about your emotional fulfillment, what makes you happy in the second path. Okay, so this is decisions about your emotional happiness and what brings you emotional happiness, and making a decision according to what really fulfills you within emotionally, okay, and making the decision. All right, and then this is you. This is the Cancer card. This is a major arcana. This is the Chariot. This is the Cancer card. And this is telling me that you will succeed. That, this also tells me I see a relationship that can be different races maybe also, and you being the leader of your relationship and guiding your relationship, to what you consider your emotional happiness and emotional fulfillment, okay? So this is taking charge and proceeding and being successful, being victorious in what those inner emotions that you've been holding on to, because that's what, Cancer is all about, those deep feelings and those deep waters it's treading, those deep emotions about what brings them the emotional fulfillment, okay? And it could talk about being in a different race relationship also, or it could be anybody, I'm just saying, but is making a decision on how to be the leader within your relationship and moving forward victoriously, because you're the Cancer, and these are something it brings you your emotional fulfillment, and you are going to be successful, and you are going to deepen those bonds, and you are going to drive forward to something more emotional fulfillment for you, or for you and a partner, or if you're dealing with somebody, okay? So think about that on the second path. And the third card we got for the second path is the Death card, which is another major arcana. Now, guys, I don't want y'all to think that death talks about death. It doesn't. It talks about letting go and ending negative situations, negative cycles. So this is telling me you're ending all the negativeness in your life in order to reach this fulfillment. This major arcana card, it's an ending of negative situations, period, okay? Any ending of problems, the ending of, this is also the Scorpion card, the Scorpio, okay? You can be dealing on the second path with a Scorpio and on the first path with an air sign. You know what I mean? You could be dealing with somebody, a Scorpio is another emotional water sign like you. And then, or you can be dealing with an air sign on the first path, all right? But regardless, this is releasing negative thoughts, okay, guys? This is letting go all the negativity within your life in order to be any more fulfilled emotionally. And that's what you have to do in order to proceed and be victorious, is by ending all the negative and emotional stuff in your life in order to feel completely 100% content within yourself emotionally. All right? Now, the advice card we have for the first path is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords talks about taking time for yourself, okay, guys? Really taking time for yourself and letting go of all the, like taking time of these thoughts. Those, lay down the thoughts, those negative thoughts, and take a rest and be more clear-headed and more, because you're going from a Five of Swords automatically to a Four of Swords, okay? This is for your first path, this advice card. So that means if you take a little bit of time for yourself, you can release those negative energies, negative thoughts, you or your partner. Taking time away from the little arguments and stuff like that, doing something special with each other. Maybe taking a little bit of time for each other can help, because this also can talk about taking a vacation. And maybe what you really need is taking some personal time with your partner. All right, so he or she don't feel these doubts and, have these negative thoughts. And if y'all take some time away, personal time away from the family, away from the work environment, away from your home, maybe y'all can find more emotional commitment, more emotional fulfillment within the relationship. And both of y'all can be on the same page if y'all just take some time out for yourselves instead of stressing the negative stuff. Maybe that's what y'all need. Maybe that's where it's coming from, all the little arguments, because you haven't been able to spend no personal time together and do something for each other. With each other. And you need time for each other, especially when you have a family. Things get overwhelming. You got lots of kids. Or if y'all both work full-time jobs, y'all don't get to spend time together. It's necessary for a relationship to be able to spend time together. And your advice is take a vacation with your loved one, all right? So that way I can clarify these doubts, all right? Because you're moving from a 5 to a 4. Y'all taking time to think. It says you could take time out for yourself to think about all of them. But I really feel this in this reading, I feel that you and your partner need some personal time for yourselves. Okay, guys? Some personal time for you and your partner in order to feel more emotionally fulfilled, and y'all can release, your partner or you can release these negative thoughts and doubts, knowing that y'all are emotionally fulfilled. Y'all just probably need some time, okay, guys, for yourselves. And on the second path, this is the advice for your second path. And on the second path is the moon. And it's also, this is a Pisces card. This is, a Pisces card, which is also another water sign. All this talks, you got all three major arcanas for Cancer here. Okay, for your second path. You got the Chariot, which is Cancer itself. And then you got the other water signs. You got Scorpio. And now you got Pisces. And Pisces talks about following your intuition and following your deeper feelings and what you really, in order to make the decision, it has to be considering those deep emotions, those hidden desires that you keep to yourself, what you really feel, what really makes you happy is what you need to follow. What really fulfills you is the decision you should make and follow in your life. What really emotionally fulfills you, what deepens that desire, what makes you happy, what your subconscious really wants. And that's where your whole emotional fulfillment lies, okay? If you're making a decision about how to get to that emotional decision, well, the moon is telling you, follow your heart, follow your hidden desires, follow your truth. Follow the truth, because the moon also can talk about secrets and stuff like that. Be truthful to yourself. Be honest. Be open. Be aware that, you're at the point where you got to follow what really makes you happy. In other words, really follow that subconscious level of what you really want in life, and be very intuitive about it. Use your intuition. Be intuitive about your next step also, though. You know what I mean? Make sure you're aware of what's going on. That's why you should use your intuition. But knowing that if you really, if whatever brings you that emotional fulfillment, whatever it is, follow that, pursue that, follow that. That's what you should be pursuing now. After you release all the negativeness in your life, go for that. Go for your hidden desires, your hidden passions, your deep emotions. Follow your deep emotions, what you really want, and then you can see that at the end of the road, you will have your emotional fulfillment no matter what. Okay, so this advice telling you to follow your desires, follow what you really want, what you want to do, what you really are passionate about, what you really been holding on to deep inside. What do you really want to do? When you lay down at night and you think about what is that you want, that's what you should be following to get to that emotional fulfillment you want on the second path. Okay, guys? Now the advice card I got for your 10 of Cups, for your main situation, is 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is really know what you're fighting for. Also, don't be, this kid, like I said, this can also be somebody dealing with air sign, but like an Aquarius or something. But this is being also, don't be deceived, and don't deceive others, but don't let yourself be deceived by others neither. Or don't deceive others. Be honest, be truthful. And that's so important. You need to be truthful in both paths, guys, for your emotional fulfillment. In the first path, you cannot be deceiving and you cannot be deceived. You need to be honest and truthful, and you need to make sure you know what's going on. All right, because the truth will come out with the moon. The truth, the secrets will come out. Okay, so be aware of that, because you do have the moon here. So be aware of that. And then on the second path, the same thing. You don't want to be deceitful or deceiving somebody. You want to make a decision. All right, you want to make sure you're being honest with yourself and being truthful. And once again, you want to think about that. You want to release all the negativity, and you want to follow what's really for you on the second path. You know what I mean? Don't deny yourself or let somebody manipulate you into believing that you want something else if you don't. Do what's best for you, and be honest with yourself, and then don't let nobody else manipulate you into making a decision. You have to make a decision for yourself, whether you're dealing with somebody or by yourself. Okay, guys? This is for your emotional fulfillment. But don't manipulate nobody neither, guys. Don't manipulate nobody into thinking, this is what it is, when, that's not really what it is. There's something hiding, okay, behind that hidden desire, okay? In the second path. In the first path, you want to be honest. Take the time. Don't be deceitful. Don't deceive your partner. Don't manipulate your partner neither. Don't manipulate your partner, but don't let your partner manipulate you neither, okay? And, really follow, on the second path, follow your hidden desires. On the first path, be truthful. Like I said, try to be truthful in the whole situation. Now, for the end of the first path, you have a clarifier for the 5 of Swords, okay? And the 5 of Swords brings me completely right back to that 10 of Cups. Yeah, it leads you right back to the 10 of Cups. So in the first path, you want to clear all these negative doubts that are going on, because in all reality, you are happy. You're emotionally content with your partner. And this is this side if you're dealing with air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, okay? All right, it says love and blessings fill your life, harmonious relationships with family members, happily ever after. This is your happily ever after, okay? But we're going to have to take some time out, go on vacation with your partner, so that way there's no negative doubts, so you can release those negative doubts, because that's really what it is, just negative thoughts. All right, guys? And those negative thoughts can cause negative arguments, something out of nothing, all right? All right. And to clarify, your Death card, which is also on the second path, talking about releasing negativity, all right, or problems in your life and letting them go and not worrying them, is talking about the 4 of Ariel. All right, when you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money, okay? So, accept change, okay? And you also want to open up. If you're not opening up to, if you're within a relationship or in a family, make sure you let them know what's going on. This is somebody that has to learn how to give and take. Find the balance in the relationship also, okay? Extreme And yeah, is you don't want to be reckless with your money. You want to save your money for the things you need in your life and what you're trying to accomplish in this second path, okay? But this can also talk about somebody that's closed up with their feelings, all right, guys? So if you're a little closed up with your feelings, it's time to open up so you can be honest with yourself to find your emotional fulfillment, all right, in a relationship. That means releasing the negativity and thinking more positive and being able to open up to your partner and let them know what you want and letting go of all the negative stuff in your relationship to move forward like the chariot, all right? And you want to be the leader in that. You want to make a decision. You want to make a proper decision on how to move forward, okay? So all I can say is release the negativity, you know what I mean? And find an equal sharing and giving, you know, like give and take in the relationship, whether it's emotionally, financially, okay? It needs a good balance also within it. You can't be out here spending your resources all crazy and not worried about helping financially in your home or with your partnership. Or you can't come out here and save all your money for yourself and the bills are getting shut off because you don't want to spend $1. But the thing is, you have to find a balance, and you have to find a balance in give and take, whether it's with money or even emotions. Like I said, sometimes this card can talk about not being open emotionally, being closed off a little bit, and you want to be open if you're in a relationship. But if it's just, because this is your emotional fulfillment, this is what's going to make you emotionally happy. So you have to open up and, express about that, express those feelings, your hidden desires, what you truly want. And that's what it's talking about, what you really truly want. You need to express them. You need to open up those emotions to be able to fulfill them, okay, guys? Because you can't make nothing happen if you don't speak. Things don't change if you don't find a way to speak to whoever or make the changes, I guess, emotionally that you have to. All right, and the clarifier card we got for the your situation is 3 of Michaels. Release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. In other words, let go of all this negative little thoughts, all right, in your life. Any negativity, because both cards came out, you need to let go of these negative thoughts, negative things in your life. Let go of the past. In other words, just because, things didn't go right in the past, it don't mean it's going to be the same. You got to let go of these petty things and, little different arguments in life, and you got to be a leader, you know what I mean? You got to take charge of also take charge of releasing those negative on the second path. How can you say, if there's something that's hindering your relationship, all right? Make the decision to release those things if you can, let go of the negative things in your relationship, and you can see your relationship blossom. All right, open up emotionally. You can see your emotions blossom. It's not just because you've been hurt before. But yeah, you don't want to stay stuck in an energy where you feel hurts. Old wounds. That's what it is, really, old wounds. Like, you gotta let go of the old wounds, and in order to progress into something more emotionally fulfilled and beautiful for you. You know what I mean? In either ways. Either path. All right? You got to release the negativity, guys. All right? That's how you get the emotional fulfillment in your life. Releasing all negativity. And to clarify the 7 of Swords, because the Swords can be also mental, but somebody like manipulating your thoughts, somebody deceiving how you feel. Don't let people do that. All right? But you don't do it to other people. And that could be a cycle that just ended. You finally realizing that there's more, and there's a new beginning, end of the days, a change in direction that offers happiness. In other words, is this end of this manipulation, the ending of the negative thoughts, the ending of feeling deceived or deceiving others or manipulating others. It don't matter who's doing it to who at this point. When the wheel comes on top of this, it means it ends. It's done. No more. All right? It means it's a cycle that's closing because there's a new beginnings in either or path. You have a new beginning, okay? Guys, you have a new beginning. That means that in the first path, if you're in a relationship and you have old hurt wounds, release them. Start a new beginning with your partner. You need time for yourselves. You need some personal time to yourselves. And on the second path, the same thing. If you've seen some negative things that have caused or hindered your relationship or your path where you want to be and the decisions you want to make about what makes you emotionally fulfilled, let them go. Because once you let go of all that negativeness, because the 7 Swords can just be talking about just a whole bunch of negative thoughts, also being manipulated. Like, I don't know, it's just, I see it in so many different ways, but in this one, I can honestly say is releasing all the manipulation that's been done to somebody or has been done to you into, if you want to continue in the path you're going, you're going to have to let it go and close that cycle and move into another direction, okay, that offers more happiness, all right? It brings a new beginning. And this is you turning the wheel of karma. This is ending a cycle of negativity, all right? In both parts, whether you're in a relationship or whether it's a journey you're doing by yourself, it doesn't matter. Whichever path you're ending the negativeness, and it's over. That cycle is going to be over, and you're going to start a new cycle. You know what I mean? And the cycle should include, you know, being successful and more passionate and being more truthful and clear, okay, in what you really want in your life, okay? And regardless, I say it like, you know, even this, taking time for yourself to know, or taking time in a relationship, personal time to figure out what y'all really want, all right? Now, for your first path outcome card, you got the Page of Raphael. And this is gentle, loving, dreamy, open-hearted, okay? All right. A new emotional situation. So once y'all take this beautiful time out, some personal time together, in the first path, you and your partner, this is a committed relationship, okay, guys? Because y'all both the kings here. I mean, y'all both swords here. The king and the queen came out. Y'all release these swords, and it says a new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships or social invitation, great intuitive insights. In other words, is you finally you get a new emotional situation. Like, y'all, you know, it brings a new unity, a new clarity to your relationship. It's like a new love. It's like a new cup of love within your relationship that you're going to receive from taking this time out, from taking this time and vacation out for you and your partner, personal, for y'all, just y'all too. You understand? This is what this first pass is telling me, to take some personal time out for you and your partner, okay? Because y'all need it. Maybe there's been a lot of things and nobody has time for nobody, but truthfully speaking, y'all need some time away, you know, to show each other the love and emotion, and, you know, bond and grow and deepen your bond as a partnership and a relationship in a loving way, okay, guys? And then the outcome for the second path talks about, you know, we're talking about releasing negativity, being fair and just about, you know, your finances and resources. And you got the 7 of Raphael. Yeah, so you got the 7 of Raphael. It says time to make a decision, all right? That couldn't be no more clear, because you're making a decision in the second path, and there's the outcome for the second path. And it's telling you, time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. That means they need to release all the negative thoughts, all the negative energy around you, and really make a decision on what you really want for your future and what you really want within yourself, your emotional, what brings you emotional fulfillment, okay, guys? So you need to release any negative things that are going on in your life right now, okay? You will be successful in whichever decision, whichever path you want to follow, okay? Whichever decision you have to make. But you need to know that you have to release the negativity, all right? There can't be no deception or nothing like that going on. There can't be no lies or nothing like that going on, all right? But it does say be clear on what you want. So that means really go within yourself in what your deep feelings are, what brings you emotionally, brings you that emotional fulfillment, okay, just for the second path. And whether you're dealing in an interracial relationship or not in the second path, because it still talks, I can still see a relationship in the second path, but I don't want to be as general. You know, it could be single or it being in a relationship. Either ways, this side you're dealing with the water, the emotional part of it, of this path. And this side talks about you know, letting go of the negative stuff from the past and moving forward. You know what I mean? You know, time to make decisions, to be clear on what you really want. And if, you know, whatever you go for, you know, you could lead the way. In other words, be the leader. And if that's, you know, be the leader to move away, to steer away from the negative stuff and focus on all the positiveness, whether you're single or not, it doesn't matter. But to move forward in your life. And if you're moving forward in a relationship, you need to let go of the old negative things that happened in that relationship in order to start a new beginning within that relationship. Okay, guys? So that's very important in both sides, is releasing the negativity. All right, Cancer? Release the negative thoughts, release the negative energy, speak your truth. If you're dealing it on the first path, I say speak your truth. There's a lot of mental thoughts and communication going on, and You know, you want to release any negative thoughts. You know, take time out to take a vacation. You and your partner, y'all need some personal time in that sense, I see. And to really rekindle and bring back this love right here, okay? To rekindle your love and your understanding of the relationship. And then on the second path, you gotta change old ways. You gotta let go of any negative ways you used to be in the past, whether you're alone or in the relationship, in order to succeed. You gotta let go of the old ways and bring new ways about, so you can have new ways of feeling emotionally fulfilled. And if you're in a relationship, you gotta release negative things that are in your relationship in order to bring more positive things into your relationship, okay? Because with the Chariot, I can see your relationship and I can see you moving forward, but I can see you leading, guiding the way. So in order to lead and guide the way, you have to release and you have to let go of all negative things. And that's why the Major Arcana Death card came out, okay? And you could be dealing with an emotional sign on the second path, you know, more of a water sign. All right, so on the first path, be more of an air sign. You're probably dealing with cancers, and on the second path is more of a, you know, water sign. You're probably dealing with. Okay, so that's all I have for you, Cancers. Like I said, you can take either path, but you know, just make sure you're truth and you're really honest with what you want. All right. So always follow your own intuition. I love and respect who you are. Namaste.